Adventure family members, that plan for Tanzania is boiling and boiling. It's almost getting ready, but you're still having a few thoughts on how should you go about it. Here is what you should consider. First, I am going to be talking today about Kilimanjaro International Airport. This is actually the largest in the northern part of Tanzania, and it's the smallest I have seen in a long while. No, maybe Laos Airport is the smallest, but this one was actually located a few kilometers, I think about an hour or more from Arusha city, and it is the hub for travelers. I'm recommending this airport because I actually used it after my tour in Serengeti, which will be a whole other video. I used the Kilimanjaro airport to go to Zanzibar. So here are a couple of things that I recommend you consider before you come. One, this airport is small, so you might not have to walk a lot. That sounds like a pro, isn't it? The second part is the baggage issue. That's a whole story I'll explain in a while. And the third one is what you shouldn't expect more. I mean, in terms of entertainment and dining. So let's jump right into it. When it comes to facilities, around the airport, I think the airport was fairly clean and old. There were some parts that you could see that it's really old, and it's just one story, it's just one floor, so there really wasn't much to see in terms of entertainment or I recall actually seeing only one cafe at the waiting area, and you literally have to just walk on the road to enter the plane. There are no buses or shuttles or trains, nothing complex. And that actually means prepare your food before you come, or at least eat out before you come. Maybe we didn't have enough time to explore, but as far as we walked around, I didn't see a lot of dining around here. So come with your snacks, or at least eat well, because you might be starving. But then the flight for us from Kilimanjaro Arusha to Zanzibar was just about 2 hours, I think. So it might not be much. However, I think they gave us snacks, and at least it was able to hold our tummy for a while. Because the airport is small, almost everything is pretty straightforward. As you get into the entrance, you're already straight directly in front of check-in. How awesome is that? But that actually means that you have to prepare your luggage based on the weight in advance. Why am I saying this? Is because most of the flights regionally, should I say regionally? Nationally, that's within Tanzania and Zanzibar, are regulated by airlines that are very small. So consider every kilo as something serious. That means if your baggage exceeds the weight limit with just one tiny little, you have to pay a little bit money. Just a little bit, maybe a lot. I'm saying that because it happened to us. We didn't call in advance to verify, and we had to pay a lot of extra money. So beware. If you're coming internationally, I wouldn't recommend you shop first before you use this airport, because baggage issues might cause you to spend a little extra. Anyways, that's an unsolicited advice based on the challenging surprise that we experienced. I will not round off this Kilimanjaro International Airport without mentioning the Zanzibar International Airport. And why? Because I did the tour. And for the sake of giving you a general perspective about flying around Tanzania, I just felt the need to join it. Now, when we arrived Zanzibar Airport, I was really impressed at how little modern it looked. When I say modern, I mean, of course, comparatively to the Kilimanjaro one. It had a lot of facilities, the lighting inside, the baggage part was really, express. Within a few minutes, we were just asked to show, since it was a national flight, I guess the process of the evaluation was easier because we were already in Tanzania. However, I think if you're coming internationally, they might do a little bit of further scrutiny. But I think that this airport is having a lot of facilities, which I am sure if you want to spend a little longer there, you would have an awesome experience. We left really a few minutes after landing because we were in a hurry to catch up with the Airbnb that we had booked in Stone Town. So traveling around Tanzania in a nutshell is fairly easy. Very simple airports, nothing complex to worry about in terms of movements and yeah. So if you're curious about the other many airports that I have gone to, I will be giving key points about each of them based on my experience. And I just recommend, if you come with your yellow fever card, your passport, and any other, legal documents that justify who you are, traveling around my continent is fairly easy. In my niece's voice, bye bye.